Hello there sexy PlayStation gamers, and welcome back to another Pure PlayStation video review on Pure Play TV, and this time it's hashtag Funtime for PS4. First of all, what a bloody name for a game. Social media has gone too far and these hashtags are invading our everyday lives. Hashtag First World Problems. The game is called hashtag Funtime, but for my own good, I'm only going to call it Funtime from here on out. Funtime is an arcade twin-stick shooter that will be instantly familiar to anybody who skulked around arcades in the 80s and 90s. Oh, and anyone who's played Geometry Wars in the 2000s and 2010s. So basically, most players will recognise the concept. And that's good, because it means when you sit down and boot the game up, you'll know what to expect. But you won't. Not really, because Funtime does things same, but different. Yes, it takes the proven formula of Geometry Wars, and yes, it hurts your eyes and head after half an hour, with the violent explosions of colour, but it has its own twists to stop the legal team of Geometry Wars bashing in the doors and demanding some royalties. The setup is this: you're a spaceship thing, and you move with the left stick and fire with the right stick. The right stick is also your aiming stick. This is typically referred to, by us nerds, as twin stick shooting. Levels are full of colourful shapes that, if touched, will kill you, so you need to shoot them, avoid them, and trap them using your given tools. It sounds simple, and it starts off simple, but it does get tricky and quickly. There are numerous ways to play, ranging from survival mode to races that take you on deadly assault courses. Another gimmick that has been thrown into the mix with the use of colour trails. Pressing one of the face buttons will change your ship's colour, and it'll also leave a trail behind you, which is deadly to enemies of that colour. So, for instance, tapping the triangle button will turn you green, and the cross button blue, and so on. It's a challenge in itself to remember that this is a useful tool, and for a long time I just didn't use it unless it was part of a particular level's task. But I eventually wisened up to how it can be used effectively, and soon I was hitting the face buttons like a pro. Levels are typically contained, but there are some that are a little more open, and these weren't the most fun to play. Not because the gameplay is bad, but because it's difficult to read the screen with so much going on and without clear boundaries. One level, a throwback to the classic Asteroids game that takes place in space with asteroids. This sounds nice, but in reality it was a nuisance and I hated every moment of it. I'd bump into asteroids that I couldn't see and get stuck on the geometry, resulting in me dying and losing. The regular levels themselves also suffer from readability issues too, but not to the same extent as the one I just mentioned. Of course, for some this may not be an issue at all, but for me it did make the game difficult to play at times, and I did get a bit frustrated to have some good runs cut short because I couldn't tell where my ship was in the mess of colours. Another problem I found was that the camera seems a bit too close. The camera could have done with being a bit further back, giving the player a better view of the battlefield. As it is, it's just a touch too close, and it makes it all the more difficult to stay alive longer when you can't plan your moves because you can't see what's coming off screen. The good news is that death and losing isn't the be-all end-all of Funtime. Fail a level? No bother, just move on to the next level and come back later to see if you can earn some stars on the level you failed, at least in that mode. And of course, there are upgrades for your ship that can be bought with the points you earn during gameplay. These upgrades help a lot and they're really necessary if you want to achieve anything resembling a respectable score, and it adds another layer to the game which doesn't hurt at all. Funtime is an alright game, and that's it. It's not going to be having Geometry Wars levels of success because it's really not on the same level as that monster of a game. But for what it is, it's alright. And if you like these old school arcade games, you'll probably have a, hashtag good time. I sicken myself. And that brings us to the end of this review. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you stayed to the end. If you did, fantastic, well done. If you haven't already, please consider giving us a like and subscribe. It helps us bring new stuff for you to watch. Until next time, keep washing your hands, keep playing games, and stay ever so sexy. Until then, bye!